welcome to my channel. My name is Kendra Michelle. If you're new, if not, welcome back to another vlog. So if you guys watched the previous vlog, then you know that I am here in Atlanta. I am here for the Invest Fest 2023. So my husband is one of the hosts, is actually a host of one of the panels here this weekend. So we are here for that. I'm here to support him and also to participate in all the festivities. So I'm really excited. And if you guys have been watching me before, you know that my best friend also lives here in Atlanta. So today we don't have much on the schedule for the actual Invest Fest. We have an event this evening, but for the day I'm pretty much free. So I'm about to go to my best friend's house and help her with some maternity photos. So I just got dressed. I'm not doing any makeup or anything. I just took my hair out of my little roller wand, did a little shake, and I'm out the door. So I am about to catch an Uber to her house. My husband left early this morning because he had a podcast to do, and he's getting a haircut and running all his little errands and things like that. And so I'm going to Uber to her house. I'm going to take some photos for her, and then my husband is going to pick me up from there. So I'm going to try to fit you guys in my purse. My purse is not that big, but I'm trying to fit you guys in my purse, and you guys are going to come with me over there. So let's go. Guys, so I just finished the photo shoot for my best friend's maternity, and now we're at the venue for Invest Fest. We have to drop off some things the day before it starts, so everything is pretty much blank. So sorry, the camera cut off, but yeah, I gotta go. We ain't really supposed to be back here right now. So this is the behind the scenes, you guys. This is the top of where all the vendor booths are. This is just the first day. Not even official first day, but the vendors are open today. And the actual fest starts tomorrow. This is like a little VIP lounge they have set up for tomorrow. And now we're headed back to our car, and we'll be back out later on this evening.
I gave them the drill, they sucked it up, I got them on it. I bought a new paddock, I had to watch so I two-tone them. Taking these drugs, I'm gonna be up until the morning. It ain't your car, you just a lease, so you don't own it. If I'm in the club, I got that fire when I'm performing. I can't just came in and out honest. Vibes galore cute, they all on us. I'm from Atlanta where young niggas conscious. I know they hating on me, but I don't read comments. Whenever I tell her to come, she coming. Whenever it's smoke, we ain't running. Too hard, don't stand too cold.
Welcome to VIP night. Welcome to Invest Fest.
Long as I get paid, that little vibe, been on my mind. As soon as I get back, shit and shit. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made. Too hard, don't stand too cold. You won't fuck around the town. I'm this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care why. Long as
Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the incomparable La La Anthony.
Yo, they wanna know
That you just, or it's about to happen. Creative director for Airbnb, international company like that. Can you tell us a little bit about that, or spill a couple? Yeah, spill some of those secrets.
creative consultant.
Creative
consultant for Airbnb. I mean, it's such an amazing position that I will now hold, and something that I don't take lightly.
all these shows, it's like in the long montage and white room. If it wasn't for you and you, cause I'm so good. What's up? What's up?
Shit like that.
I know what I do. Say yeah. Say baby, say yeah.
How y'all feeling out there?
Get at 'em. Hey, do you pop champagne like I pop champagne?
Let's go, ATL.
Do you pop champagne?
What we doing?
How we ball in the club? I know you hate it. Mommy dancing on the floor like she naked.
Niggas, I'm the microwave, let me to the lights, cause this was in my car when I was stopping at the lights. I'll be popping champagne.
Okay guys, so I will be narrating some of this vlog just because I was moving very quickly and I didn't have a lot of time to talk in between different segments of the video. But this is day one of Invest Fest and we are walking into the main stage and walk straight into the first speaker.
Able to go and make that dream successful. A lot of people think they can be lazy at this job, develop bad habits, and then now they have a dream and they can turn it on. No, how you do one thing, take from everything. Love that, love that, love that. So best money advice and what business advice do they follow this?
Best money advice, can't humble. Just say that keep it simple, simple. As for business, I would say, don't be the smartest one on your team. Try to surround yourself with people that are better than you, and just go with it. And it's going to take time. Nothing happens overnight, but as long as you stay focused, put the time and energy in, you know, I think you're going to do.
Yeah, appreciate that. Round of applause, round of applause.
Hey guys, so it's day one and we are walking through the vendor booth section right now. We went to like 2 sessions this morning, but right now we're on like a lunch break, so we're gonna be walking through the vendor booth. So I'm gonna show you guys what they have.
Find your dreams come true, and I wonder if you know what it means, what it means, and I wonder if you know what it means, what it means. Find your dreams, and I wonder. And I come true, and I wonder if you know what it means, what it means, and I wonder if you know what it means. Find your dream, and I wonder.
You should work every single day to make yourself as valuable as possible.
Mindset is the key. When we make that shift from survival to God, your life changes because now you see the pathway to freedom.
With in-depth interviews there's a level that you get to, and you're successful, and you get to the point of being successful, and as a black person, there's this thing that kicks in. There's this jealousy that kicks in. There's this fear that kicks in. Then they start to burn things down. Then they start to take the money out the Freedom Bank. Then they go back on the 40 acres of the mule. Then we don't deserve our worth. So even whole Jay, none of us are immune to it. He had to sue Bacardi to get his worth. Like they make us at the next level. You think that you've overcome everything. Oh, I finally made it. And then there's a whole other army up there that is there to try to push you down the hill. And that's why, from being at the mountaintop, I can come back down and tell y'all the only way out of this is if we can unify and combine our forces. Because what's waiting for you up there schools in New York, Capital Prep. I have 3 schools in New York, 1 in the Bronx, 1 in my neighborhood of Harlem, 1 in Connecticut. So as partners, my piece is going to the school, and your piece is going to whoever you want to give it to. I would give it to myself first.
Nah, so what we're going to do is, like Diddy said, man, he's giving us $1 million. You watch Market Mondays all the time, you watch our release all the time, we always talk about investing. So, you know, put your money where your mouth is, right? So this is going to be an opportunity. We're going to actually create content around it. We're going to do different investments. So we're going to show you guys how to actually invest the money. And like he says, proceeds of that will go to charity. And just why not, man? So Diddy, a legend of the game, $1 million cash.
But have a message and created this brand with this notion that, you know, you can still create opportunity even though you're, you know, somebody in your mind that's really small from a social perspective. And so, you know, I just went out to the community, the same people who are spreading the same message that I wanted to, people that had the same vice with the beauty community that I have. You know, I never saw myself being represented in beauty. I really felt like I didn't fit in, and I wasn't what you would typically see beauty campaigns or beauty brands go after. And so I wanted to create a community of people who, you know, really felt like they weren't being represented in the beauty space, you know? And I went after all of those people, spreading confidence and, you know, really looking for just to be, you know, represented and seen for who they are.
It all really kind of happened so fast, and I feel like I launched my own business, Remedy.
You said people just started to pay you to promote their products. Do you remember what that first payment was? And they start off with what? It's a couple hundred, a couple thousand?
My first, it was probably a couple $100. It was
a couple hundred.
Yeah, it went from like a couple hundred to like $30,000 one contract. It got real heavy. It happened fast, yeah. And a lot during the pandemic too. During the pandemic, everybody was like, can you $7,000 post this on your story? Like everything was happening so fast, and I'm just like, I feel like it took me so long because I was so focused on building other people's brands, trying to, you know, doing all my contracts and all my content for them, that I would sleep on myself. So I just launched my own business just last year.
Okay, y'all, excuse my voice because I went to see Beyonce last night and you already know how it goes. But I had to talk about this restaurant. It's called Marcus Bar and Grill in Atlanta. It was so beautiful, such a vibe. The food was delicious. The service was impeccable from the phone call that I made to try to get the reservation. This restaurant is reservation only, but they were able to squeeze us in and get us into this beautiful room in the back of the restaurant. Like I said, the service was amazing. The server was so knowledgeable about everything. He talked us into everything that we got, but everything we got was absolutely delicious, including the espresso martini that I had that you guys will see in a couple seconds. It was delicious. I've never had an espresso martini like that. The perfect balance of sweet. And then we also had, so everybody got like different drinks, but all the drinks were good. We also had their cornbread. We got the chicken and waffles. We got the short rib mac and cheese, the greens, the ribs. Everything was absolutely delicious. So if you're looking for a restaurant with great food, great service, great ambiance, check out Marcus Bar and Grill. Guys, so it is day 3 for us here in Atlanta. It's day 2 of the conference. It's the last day, or the Invest Fest. It's the day that this guy does his panel. So we're really excited this morning. Yesterday I didn't get to talk to you guys that much because we were moving and grooving. Had some really good panels yesterday. And right now, make sure ain't nobody on the elevator. Right now we are on our way to Tabitha Brown session. She has the first session this morning, so that's where we're headed now. Yeah, so we've been having a good time so far. Everything's been moving super duper fast. Dinner last night was great, as you guys could see. That was Marcus Bar and Grill in Atlanta. It was really, really good. Highly recommend. Great customer service, great food, great everything. So yeah, let's get going. We gotta go get in this long line to get in the building. They do have security, so it's like a longer process to get in where all the conference rooms are, but at least we'll be safe. But the hotel is connected to the conference center, so that's helpful too. I kind of walk up these stairs.
How you are retaining the people to watch the whole thing, or YouTube won't really like your stuff and push it out there. Where Instagram, you kind of feel a little bit looser because you start off with short form. Now I do say, start off with short, end up with long. Because with short form, we can't really find you. But with long form, if we say, yo, the best chef in Atlanta, the best dentist in Atlanta, then your name, your content is gonna come up. So I do say, feel comfortable with short, and that may be on TikTok, that may be on Instagram, but then go on long form from YouTube, which then cuts into shorts, because that's where the money is, right? That's where, but you can get brand deals off TikTok, you can get brand deals off of Instagram. I hope we talk about that. But I would say YouTube from a long perspective, but Instagram and TikTok from a short term.
Like that. And Chris,
you can put a link in ChatGPT, tell it to summarize it, and then say, create a whole new reel based off what I just saw. A whole new TikTok based off what I just saw. Give me 10 more ideas based off that. So, and if you don't have the paid version, you can go and get it transcribed through Otter, right? Otter AI, Otter AI, right? OTTER, okay? And get it transcribed, and then take that transcription into ChatGPT, and it can do the same thing.
walk me through that process. Just kind of break that down for me. Go slow.
So I'll use ChatGPT, and I organize all of my content strategy in Notion. Notion has built-in AI as well. ChatGPT, I might type in something like, what are 30 video ideas that you can give for a beginner videographer? And it'll spit out some ideas.
What? Hold on, pop quiz. What app did he say he uses? Hey, pay attention. You're doing good over there. All right, go ahead.
We can go further with that. You can use ChatGPT to type up video scripts for you, or you can utilize it to give you certain prompts. Let's say you love writing and you do your own script. Put it into ChatGPT and ask it to make it more simplified so the audiences that are watching it is more consumable, and that way you can create snackable content.
Again, I said it earlier, I like an 80-20 split, evergreen content, and then 20% of current events, right? So whenever it's an episode like Assets Over Liabilities, Market Mondays, whenever it's episode or anybody from the network, what I'll do is I like to post their content. But when I post their content, instead of like just making like a few videos, I go through every single time that any guest talk and any speaker talks on there, and I'll clip it all up. So I'll never have to go back to it, and then I'll create the headlines for it. The headlines are the most important thing because it's the first.
I'm sorry, real quick, I gotta touch on this. So, did y'all see the episode where I interviewed Earn Your Leisure about Invest Fast? Did y'all see that? That's it?
just fake it for him. Everybody saw it?
Moving right along, okay? So, this one interview, I want to say it was maybe an hour. It was about an hour. He sent me over a folder with 60 clips in it. 60 clips. I thought that was powerful. How did you pull 60 clips? And how are you approaching this long form? Any podcasters here where you make long form content? Finding 60. I was just talking to somebody on my team. It's like, yo, on my videos, they pull like 7. And somebody's about to get fired, first of all, or you need to step it up. But 60
produce a little bit, but acting was my focus. And what I realized was I had put myself in a box. I didn't leave room for God. I love that. I thought I was in control. And so it wasn't until I had to get to a very low place in my life when I got sick and fell into, sickness and depression. And it was the lowest I had ever been. And I also thought I was gonna die. So the only person I could call on was him. And so in the moment of, and I've told this story a million times, but I thought God had forgotten about me, right? Because I had forgotten about him being in control of my life. And so I had my cry out to him, and my words were, God, if you heal me, you can have me. Mm-hmm. And that meant I couldn't live my life my way anymore. I had to live it the way he had created me to live.
And one of the things that I love that you do is that you continue to stay authentic while building your brand. You don't just show the girls what you're wearing. You take them behind the scenes. You dress it up. You dress it down. You show them the behind the scenes of your life. How important is it to have a personal brand while building a fashion brand as well?
I feel like a personal brand is extremely important. Because once you develop that personal brand and that connection with your community, you can sell anything. Like literally, I am all of 5 foot nothing. I am not supposed to have a multi-million-dollar fashion brand according to industry standards. By sharing my story, I've connected with a community and they have rallied behind me and supported me in not only fashion, but now everything that I do. So a personal brand will take you for the long haul. I can quit doing fashion today and decide to do whatever I want now because I have built that community.
And when I partnered with Target, it was the same. It was an organic relationship. I was at first doing just videos, buying stuff from Target and doing videos. And they were like, we want to do something that, that represents you in a different way. And I was like, okay. And so then I tied that to, I went to school for fashion design. I'm also an actress, but I can do clothes, right? And Tab be dressing. Okay, I know how to dress. Let's get it together. But also with food, so they did something they had never done before by giving me the entire store. Like I had 4 different drops. They were all limited time, and of course now it's going to be evergreen starting next year. But everything, praise God, thank you. But it was all just naturally who I am. Nothing was like, oh, that don't seem like Tab. The thing that people be saying is when they walk in the store, they be like, this look like Tab. Yeah. Like, oh, I knew that was yours because I saw the colors or I saw the patterns, right? Even from the name of things. When I partner with companies, I always make it very clear that this is a partnership, but you don't own me.
Yes.
So it's
Come on now.
With love.
With love. Now let me ask you this, has there ever been an opportunity that came about and it was something that you really wanted to do and then you got into the specifics, but on the front end you were like, I really want to work with this company. Has there ever been a chance or a
like a moment where you had to like walk away? Girl, many of them, I can't even count. Right? There's many times where, you know, they'll say all the perfect things. Then when you get that paperwork, you ain't say that in the meeting. Wait a minute, hold on. But that's why it's important to read.
Yeah.
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 It's important to read contracts. It's important to have an attorney who also reads, but then after they read it, you read it again. Okay? But absolutely.
Not Tab.
Oh, somebody didn't read it.
All right. You gotta hear that.
The use of no is power, right? And a lot of times I have said no to many things and they came back so that I could say yes.
Yes.
But I don't mind saying no. I also know that God, what He has for me is for me.
Yes.
And so it don't bother me to say no about things. I know something else greater will come.
Yes.
I've always loved my people. Y'all belong to me and I belong to y'all. Good and the bad. Before I get started, just let me say, I'm fine. Marjorie fine. I don't know what y'all doing, but find something else to do. Cause we fine.
I know that's right.
Lord have mercy. Man. I sure wish I could cuss though. You know, sometimes you wanna respond, but I ain't got no time for rumor and gossip, man. God been good to me. I'm still shining. I appreciate y'all coming. Listen, you picked a great day to come because this is gonna be special. A couple of my really close mentors are here today. This man I'm about to interview and a man named Junior Bridgman that's coming up next. If you really want... Hey, listen, y'all, I gotta be in a certain place when I introduce him, because you know they set off fire. This is Invest Fest. But we black, so somebody else. No, we ain't got no money for no lawsuit. This is good, man. I hope y'all enjoy yourself today. And once again, man, I really, really appreciate y'all coming. This is gonna be good. So let me get, where you want me to stand? Hey, on this beat? I gotta stand here because it's gonna be some more fire. They told me, they say, Steve, if you stand up front, the fire get on you. I wish some fire would get on me. It'll be the Steve Harvey World Congress Center. I wish they would catch my ass. I'm not supposed to cuss. Not supposed to cuss. Not supposed to cuss. Wish they would catch my butt on fire. All right, y'all. The man that I'm about to introduce to you is a friend of mine, but he's probably one of the most legendary investors and philanthropists of our time, and really one of the most legendary that looks like us. You feel me? He is the founder and chairman of CEO of Vista Equity Partners. Okay? Now, you gotta keep moving. You gotta scroll up.
It's teleprompter.
Scroll this up. Y'all put all that thought into this file. Need to have somebody working this damn teleprompter. Now, I'm sure all of seen the headlines because recently Vista Equity just crossed the $100 billion asset management. $100 billion. He's invested in pension funds where our mothers, grandfathers, teachers, firefighters all trust their retirement. In the latest deal, he sold Apollo, a Seattle, Washington-based software company, for $4.6 billion. That made a return of 142%. It's safe to say that makes Vista Equity one of the top performing PE firms in all of history.
As I introduce Robert F.
Continues to thrive in so many different ways. And I'm just excited to be here with you today. We can talk about our journeys, and let's talk about their journeys, let's talk about how we can be helpful. I think that's why we're here, and I'm feeling good, and family is healthy, you know, praise God, and glad to see you healthy, you and Marjorie healthy, so all's good.
Yeah, that's good, man, thank you.
Company, you got to think about things called Roth IRAs. Okay, there's a bunch of great financial planners I was looking at, I walked the floor earlier, who can teach you about Roth ROAs, efficient ways to invest money for your retirement. If you're not thinking about, you know, you should always be thinking about retirement, by the way, but retirement age and start a business. If you're not starting a business, typically I think your best dollars, if you're not starting a business, should go into the equity markets or in real estate markets that you've got some affinity for, that you know. If you don't know that real estate market, be very wary about it. It's like, well, why am I getting this opportunity? But otherwise, I would look at doing, you know, equity markets through some sort of, you know, investments in the equity markets, equity accounts like, you know, E-Trade and Ameritrade and all those sorts of things. That's where I'd go. The fact of the matter, though, is if you're starting a business, typically your next best use of capital is in your own business. Because you understand it, hopefully, you can control it, and you have the ability to create a higher return than investing passively in the public markets.
The most solid thing out there.
Yeah, so, I mean, I will give you a couple things. One, it's essential to find a group, I'm gonna say a group of people who are like-minded. Those group of people might just be the people in your own house, and that's fine, okay? What do I mean by that? There may be somebody in the house, guess what, you gotta go to the work job every day and make sure we got health care benefits and help pay the mortgage. And someone else is like, all right, I'm gonna step out and now think about how I'm going to go out and create a business. And if you say, well, look, we're both invested in this job, 15 years to retirement, we don't wanna leave that. Then you say, how do you max out your 401k plans? Okay, and how do you go and make those sort of investments work for you? Many large corporations, as you probably all know, have matching, you know, they went from what's called a defined benefit plan to these defined contribution plans, and often they'll do dollar for dollar matching, up to 6%, 8%, whatever it is. Max that out, okay, because the greatest return we've seen over the last 30 years has been equities in these United States. We don't participate in them because people don't put the money in the equity markets. If you're in a corporation, don't put them in those 401k plans, max out your equity, well, I mean, you gotta figure out where you are close to retirement, you know, max out your equity piece of this thing. That typically has the highest set of returns on average over the last 30 years.
A 401k?
Yeah. If you were working in a company, often they have 401k plans. These are, you know, they used to have, you know, defined, you know, you go work for a company and you get a pension. Like my mother worked for the Denver public school systems.
Situations will arise in our lives, but you gotta be smart about it. Celebrations with the guys I sacrificed, cause I knew you could not sleep without it. Meanwhile, I love
Now it's time for my husband's segment. I'm leaving the little backstage area. About to go get my seat for his session. I'm really excited for him. And we're gonna go see.
That this how we from. Easy now, no need figure down. Easy now, no need figure down. Rock that, run that, this how we from. Easy now, no need figure down. Easy now, no need figure down. Rock that, run that, this how we from. Get it to die, get it to die, da 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 da. Get it to die, get it to die, da 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 da. Get it to die, da 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 da. Get it to die. Lil money, yeah.
Stage right now. I need y'all to put your hands together and make some noise for Brandon Nelson.
This is what it's about right here, baby. This is what it's about. You know, I'm just happy to see so many people trying to take it to the next level, wanting to evolve and grow and learn. I just think that's just, that's what it's about, baby. You know, we can't do the same thing, you know, for the rest of our lives. Like, you have to take it to the next level and continue to do that. So this is a big step, man. So give it up for yourself. If you bought a ticket and you came here to learn, you came here.
I'm in my cool whip inside. Hop up out that pretty motherfucker like. Oh shit, go. Talk to him. The watches on boys go crazy. I pop my collar and I swim my chain. You can catch me in the club, nigga, doing my thing. Look, steady in the kitchen with my wife.
Hey guys, so it is the end of the night. We just finished all of the festivities and I'm gonna go ahead and end of the vlog here. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.
It's not that I don't